Welcome to Week 6, Day 1, where we will discuss functions, relations, domain, and range. Today, we will discuss whether a relation is a function, and we will also spend time identifying the domain and range of a given relation. You will need paper and pencil. Here is the vocabulary associated with today's SOL. Please take a moment to copy the vocabulary terms as well as the definitions. Here are some illustrations that should accompany your definitions for the following 4 terms: relation, function, domain, and range. Please take a few moments to copy those down. Now we are ready to look at the instructional videos. You will learn through our videos what is the domain, what is the range, and what is a relation. Once you have completed looking at those 3 instructional videos, please come back to this presentation. You are now ready for the independent practice and example problems. Example 1. All of the x values are referred to as. All of the y values are referred to as. Please write down any term or terms that identify the x values or any terms or terms that identify the y values. Here are the answers you should have. The y values are known as the range or output. The x values are known as the domain or the input. Here is example 2. Use the set of ordered pairs and identify the domain. Remember that the domain are the set of x values, and the range, which is the set of y values. Make sure you write those in order from least to greatest, and if there are any duplicates, only write the value once. Let's look at the solution.
For example number 2, we were asked to find the domain and range for these ordered pairs. Remember, our domain is considered our x coordinates, and I'm going to denote that using my pink pen. And my range is denoted as my y coordinates, and I'm going to identify those using purple. All right. So when trying to find these ordered pairs, and trying to find these values for the domain and the range, we use our ordered pairs to do so. I'm going to circle all of my x coordinates in pink so that I'll know which ones are my x, and then I'll do the same for my y coordinates but use purple for them. All right, now I simply have to order these numbers in order from least to greatest. So the domain for these sets of ordered pairs would be -2, 2, I have 2 5s, but I only write them once, and 6. I'll do the same for my range, putting them in order from least to greatest. -9, -7, 4, 7, and 8.
Let's look at example 3. Using the table, identify the domain and range. Let's look at the solution.
For example, number 3, you were given a table and asked to identify the domain and range. The first thing that we need to recognize is that all of our x coordinates are considered our domain, and all of our y coordinates are considered our range values. What we need to now do is to put them in order from least to greatest. So for our x, our least value would be -2, then 0, 2, 4. For our range, we will need to do the same. Those values should be recorded as 0, 2, 4, and 6. Remember, we have to put them in order from least to greatest.
Let's look at example 4. You will list the domain and range from the given graph. One hint would be to create a t-table. Please take a moment to create your table from the given points on the graph, and then list out the domain and range. Let's look at the solution. A couple things you should notice. The domain and range are both listed in order from least to greatest. Sometimes you do have to reorder the numbers based on the chart. Notice that in our domain and range, we do have 5 points, even though 5 values, even though we have 6 points. We have duplicates in the domain, which are the 1s, and duplicates in the range, which are the 2s, and we only write those one time. Here are the practice questions and homework. Once you're done with this presentation, please take some time to work on that. After you're done with your practice and homework, please take some time to work in Dreambox on at least one lesson. And this concludes our lesson for today.